What's up, y'all? It's your girl Jay Renee with Prison Riot Radio and Hip Hop Humanism Radio. I hope that you're doing well. We got another installment on our segments of Sentenced Too Young. We got a brother here now. We about to talk to him and see what's going on with him. Get a little more perspective on, our young ones that have been locked up and, where they are now. So let's jump right into it. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, sis. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's been a while. You sure you all right?
Yeah.
This call is from a North Carolina correctional facility.
One day at a time. Try to keep my head in these books and keep hope alive.
For sure. So we're going to jump right in there. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you from.
My name's Shawn Horskins. I am originally from St. Louis, Missouri. Born and raised in St. Louis. I ended up this way in North Carolina. I ended up joining the military. Right now, I'm currently a junior at a Southeastern Baptist College out of Wake Forest. 3 kids. My oldest son will finish up his first semester.
Okay.
I love the normal, working out, reading, writing, trying to uplift people.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So, how old are you now, bro?
I am 37 years old.
All right. How long you been behind the G-wall?
This is my 15-year mark.
All right. So let's get into it. What led to your incarceration?
I believe what led to mine is when I started seeing other people my age come into prison and seeing them be so lost. I was like, something got to change. And I know at the time, I was like, they're not trying to let me out, but it's something that I can do in here to help change. So first I had to start with myself. And that took a lot of talking to the site, getting deeper into my Bible, finding the Lord Jesus Christ. But it was a lot of hidden things in me from the way I grew up that I had to tackle head on in order to really not only take accountability for being in prison, but really understanding why I had a certain mindset when I was younger.
Sure.
Why did I feel like everybody was against me? And that's basically because the neighborhood I grew up in, you were from my neighborhood, but we was against you. And that kind of carried all the way into my military life and my first couple years in prison.
For sure. I have a military background, and even just because you're in the military doesn't mean that you don't come with a set of shit that's your shit. You know what I mean? The military just try to put it together and cultivate it, but you still are who you are. So, how old were you when you got incarcerated?
I was 22.
Okay. So what you had going on then, bruh? They got you locked up.
Like you said, I tried to use the military to escape what I was going through in St. Louis as far as the gang violence and the baby mama dramas and family issues. But it seemed like that baggage, like you said, it came with me to the military. Yeah. And so I was still had that mentality to where I had to stay, what they say, part of the culture. I wanted the flashy stuff. as far as like the car, even though I was doing it legally, but now that I look back, a lot of stuff was like a waste of money. But I was trying to keep up with a life I really wasn't used to, and it kind of caused me to run into the same problems I tried to avoid in St. Louis as far as confrontation with people, shootouts with people, different things like that. And I ended up getting into the same predicament just visiting North Carolina. Got into an altercation in the parking lot and ended up killing a guy. Even though I felt like it was self-defense, the court looked at it otherwise and gave me a life sentence.
Okay. You know, I can dig that. Like I said, coming from a military background, I understand on a different level. Like you try and do the right thing, it's legal money. You know what I mean? They trying to instill some stuff, but we're still humans. And you're around humans that's from different walks of life. You know what I mean? So it can be easy to fall off the track sometime of what they trying to give you and trying to change, you know. So, you know, you was a young man, you said
Yeah.
you was 22. So tell me about the 22-year-old you. Like who was that?
The 22-year-old me was angry.
This call was from a North Carolina correctional facility.
I was angry, but not only was I angry, I was a fighter because I dealt with so much depression and anxiety, and my way out was to fight. Look for that type of reputation to eventually one day I wouldn't have to fight no more. But I just used to really fight a lot. And then people used to see like the anger on my face, but to me it was normal. But the other people, they can really see it. So yeah, the 22-year-old me was very angry and upset a lot.
Okay. So, you know, you said you've been down for 15 years, so like who are you now? What has changed?
Now I've learned to like not only first I had to learn to love myself. And then once I learned to love myself through different self-help books or the Bible or encouraging quotes or different things like that, I started applying that love to other people and started seeing the good in people instead of always looking for the negative in people. And it kind of surprised myself how in one minute I felt like a loner, but now people put me in positions of like leadership or some sort of guidance when it comes to different people. And so now that I look back at it, it just took a lot of it took a lot to get me where I was at as far as being angry. So I knew it took a lot to get that anger out of me.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy. And I believe the prison helped do that because if I wasn't in prison, I believe I might would end up being dead right now. I don't even think I'd be alive.
Yeah, for sure. So, what you been up to since you been incarcerated, bro? Like, what you doing to better yourself and everything?
Well, first, when I first got incarcerated, they wasn't really trying to offer classes to offenders with the type of time I got. So I got more of my learning skills at first dealing with different jobs, like being a canteen man or being a clothes house man, basically giving me some type of responsibility to help in like the working field until that door ended up opening it up for me to start taking classes. And I had a goal to take as many classes as I can. And classes like Thinking for a Change or electrical wiring,
Right.
graphic design, living on the outside. The list goes on and on. I took every class I could think of that will help, not only just help me, but help me to help somebody else. And then that led me into taking that seminary class after a lot of people came to me and was like, this should be your next goal right here. You do really well in this college. They offer you a bachelor's degree. They're going to pay for it. And so I was like, shoot. The new me was like, well, let's do it.
Right.
So I'd say the education is what I shoot for here, besides helping other people.
For sure. You know, like 15 years is a lot of time to think about, you know, just your life and the decisions that we make in it, you know? So I want you to talk on, like, this is the growth of you as a man on how you make decisions now compared to when you was a youngster.
Now I actually think before I react. And what I mean by that is a lot of things growing up, I reacted wrong to it because my mind registered it as either a threat or some type of disrespect or something like that. But over the past 15 years, I've learned to not only just think for myself, but sometimes think for other people. And don't be quick to react. Sometimes you just got to listen. Sometimes you got to bite your tongue. Sometimes you just got to let things smooth over. You don't have to react so fast. And I wish somebody would have told the younger me that, but that's what I tell people now. Don't react too fast. Just think about it, because your life can change in an instant moment. And I got this saying now that I tell people, you don't want to put your career or your life in somebody else's hands, because you don't know what they'll do with it. But I think
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I think my family played a big support in it too, because they kind of discovered the growth before I did. Right. How I was able to build relationships with my kids through phone calls or through letters, and it's kind of like I never left. Right. It's like I never left, but I was.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
That was more mature.
All right.